you're going to be a production making machine.
So the big question is, what are the top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams, and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? If you ever thought about this, you're not alone. No one has been able to get the answers until now.
We spent the last few years helping agents sell billions in real estate, rubbing shoulders with top producers, which got us thinking, how can we expose more people to these insights to help raise the standard in the whole real estate industry? We then realized that we could help bridge the gap by getting the secrets from the best of the best so that you can succeed. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Elite Agent Secrets. Today we have Jaime on the show. Now, Jaime has a YouTube channel with over 22,000 followers, subscribers, and has grown his real estate team to over 150 agents. Today, he's going to be covering all things YouTube, video marketing, short form video, all this amazing stuff to basically how you can encapsulate a modern digital agent and basically fuck off doing all cold calling. So with that being said, Jaime, thanks for coming on today's show. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm writing this down so I can put this on the shirt. Fuck off doing cold calling. Got it. I'm writing that down.
Dude, I got to say something. We got to step our video game up. You're going to make me pull out my big camera because your background and your setup looks absolutely crispy for all those who will watch it on YouTube and are going to tune in on iTunes. You got to check it out on YouTube.
I'm coming correct for y'all guys. Y'all get my best.
I love it.
I'm coming correct.
The first time I saw you, my first introduction was actually on a mutual friend that we have, aka James Rambert, aka Zillow Killer. You absolutely brought the house down with a mic drop after you started sharing your YouTube stuff. But before we dive into the three topics that you have, tell us a little bit about how you started. How did you get this crazy idea? Why are people teaming up with you? Because 150 agents in 18 months. God damn.
Huge.
Well, it started kind of by accident in two different ways. One, from a consumer standpoint, they're still my clients to this day. So George and Maria, hopefully they don't listen to this. They're the ones that actually made me realize the power of video, but also the power of YouTube. So I combined them into one because it's video hosting platform, where I got tired of explaining the same thing to George and then the same thing to Maria. So what I ended up doing was I created a video and I sent it to both of them. I understand you're working at this time. I understand you work when she's not working. So here, watch this together. If you have any questions, reach out to me. So after that, I thought, well, that's an efficient way of communicating, I thought, because now I can take my time and make it an hour long of a presentation, as opposed to, I'm going to give you a half-hearted effort, George, because I know Maria's going to have different questions. And that's basically the entire genesis of how everything began in terms of thinking differently, thinking a little bit more efficient with my time. So that's really where the channel began, because I needed a place to host that. At that point, it was an unlisted video because it was just for them. It was a private conversation. After that weekend, I decided to make a public video about a software which was new at the time, and I uploaded that video on Sunday. By Monday at 7 a.m., the founder of that software actually emailed me and wanted a chat. Turns out his name is Leo Pareja, former #1 Keller Williams agent in the entire world. Out of 160 agents, had founded the software called Remind, and we've been pretty good friends ever since. So that really opened my eyes to what this could be.
Wow. So let's just take a step even further back. When did you get into real estate? Like, what happened? Why did you get into it initially? What was the transition there?
Yeah, you're going to find that a lot of the things that I do are not planned. I started a business broker.
Welcome to the bandwagon.
Right. So I took my previous career was in healthcare. I was the chief operating officer of a network of compounding pharmacies, so distributed medications throughout the United States. And I took my exit in late 2016, and I opened a business brokerage the following year. So I knew how to purchase businesses because that's what I did in my role. And I knew how to sell businesses because that's what I did in my previous role. So I ended up opening a business brokerage, but come to find out, if I am going to sell a business with real estate, I need a real estate license to participate in the commission. So you only need that to happen once to you to recognize that, all right, well, I left a lot of money on the table by selling this business because I could not participate in the actual sale of the real estate. Yes to the business, but we know that commercial real estate, that's a lot of money. So I, out of necessity, ended up getting my real estate license to practice the business brokerage in a more efficient way, meaning I could sell the business itself and also sell the real estate so I could collect the commission on both. So that was 2017. That's how I got started with my license.
You just wanted to double dip.
I'm telling you, you see a $1 million property, a $5 million property get sold, and you're trying to realize, well, I did all the work. Why am I not seeing the return? So, yeah,
3% on that price tag. That's not bad at all, is it?
Yeah. And from the business brokerage side, I don't know if you're familiar with business brokerage, but business brokerage, you charge about 10 to 12% on the business of the value of the business. Wow. So the business itself, that you can collect 10 to 12%. So you become an equity owner without ever having to build the business, and you just benefit from the exit. It's an incredible business.
Wow. And do you still do that now?
No. I ended up closing that down after about 2 years. It's just not something that I was very passionate about. It's something that I was skilled at and was fairly successful at. It's just not something that I wanted to do. What's that?
I said it sounds super. That sounds something like I might have to chat to you at some other point about that, because that sounds something like I would be interested in.
It's really cool. But just like, we in real estate, buyers are liars. Business owners are liars. so
it doesn't matter the niche, the avenue, the vertical, it's all the same.
There's a lot of liars. So you have to, really to be truly successful in the business brokerage side, you have to have the conversations of selling 2, 3, 4, 5 years before the actual event. Because it's no secret, business owners, entrepreneurs, we don't always report what's the reality. You're shooting yourself in the foot when it's time to exit, when you want to count everything possible. Similar to houses, you want the county to appraise your property as low. It's a piece of crap. But when you're trying to list it, oh, no. I improved it by 3 nails. I put 3 nails. They were the best nails that ever happened. So same thing, just a different
when you exited the business building, you got into real estate, invested in all this other great stuff. So how were your first few years in real estate? Were you selling homes, mainly investing, flipping, buying, selling? How does that work for you? What was your kind of...
I was selling homes more for my sphere. Did a lot of it through social media. In my previous career, it was healthcare. Where I played was LinkedIn, because we needed to get a hold of doctors. And that's who our avatar was. Here, what's that?
Said I love that stuff. I'm a big fan of LinkedIn, man. It's so good.
Yeah. Really. So that's where I was playing. But when it came to the residential side and real estate, I really became proficient in the Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, from a posting perspective, but also from the advertising side, where at this point, I think I put something on my stories, like 20 leads or something right now for like 60, 70 cents on average or so, just depending on the market. So we became very effective at doing that. So that's when I started growing out my real estate team in an intentional way through the vehicle that we have in our brokerage.
I saw that you literally posted that yesterday. I slid into your DMs and I'm like, WTF, how are you doing this? Because our cost per lead when we do online lead gen is like $5 to $10. So are you doing it? Is this for an individual listing?
What's that?
Is this for an individual listing?
It's an individual listing. Yeah. It's
okay. So individual listings are a little bit cheaper. I'm sure it's an amazing property. You got some great pictures as well, right?
It's not a great property. I'll send you the exact ad copy. I'll send you
really?
the exact ad copy.
Wow, you're too kind. I'll keep it for myself and never share it with the audience.
There you go. There you go. If you comment on this, Peter will send it to you. If you comment on this,
there we go. Hit subscribe. Leave us a review.
Share, all that good stuff. Of course,
all that good stuff.
You know what? How about this? How about we do something fun, because we haven't done this before. If you're going to be listening to these episodes, go to Jaime's most recent video at the time this episode drops and say, "I am here from Elite Agent Secrets." And if you do that, I'll send you the copy. Drive as much traffic to his channel as possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's helping people, so you should be subscribed anyway if you listen to this. So, if you're not, you definitely should. Now, this actually isn't on the topic list, and I think it should be. So maybe we'll do a rejumble. But one of the things I really want to go through, because I know this is going to help people. Like, the idea here is we want people to leave with like shit that they can actually do. Like as soon as they listen, go away and do it and get a result. We've already had people messaging us saying that the strategies they've tried before working, they're already getting listings, which is fantastic. And that's kind of what we want to keep doing and get everyone more successful. But one of the things that I think a ton of people are interested in, I'm hugely interested in it. And one word is leverage, right? And leverage in real estate is growing a team, right? You've grown to 150. So I really want us to dive deep into this, because I think this is going to be hugely valuable to everyone who's either like hustling like a motherfucker, like doesn't have time, just like going crazy because they've got this, like they can't trust people. There's kind of all these issues, where to find good people. Like we hear it all the time. And I think you've already grown a team north of 150. You're going to have some interesting insight, because I'm sure you didn't hire 150 and all 150 stayed. And I'm sure there's some learnings there that everyone could really take home and be like, okay, if I just want one person to join my team that could help me, that I could leverage, like a listing agent, another buyer agent, someone to help with, could be, title or mortgage, like finding good other people just to work with. I think you've obviously got some interesting insights on that. So I really let's dive into how you went from you to 150 people. That's huge. Like that is huge.
Well, no, I appreciate that. And it really kind of comes back to, I know we're covering something a little bit different, but it was all through YouTube. So it was all through video marketing. I have not cold called a day in my life. And I don't say that proudly. I say that all of you people that are good at cold calling, God bless you. You have a courage that I don't have. So from the video marketing and YouTube perspective, that's been the driver of everything. So just this morning on the way here, on the drive here, as I was telling you about my nephew, I was on the phone with 3 other agents that are contemplating joining as well. And those all came overnight. So these are people filling out their information, wanting to work with me.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is mental. And Andrew knows this. I had like 2 fears in my life. One of them I've already conquered, and that was having kids. And I'm sure you heard me say this on a podcast somewhere. If you know me, you know this. The second fear is like cold calling.
Very valid fears.
The phone is our money making tool. GC says that, JB, Jordan Belfort says that. And it's like, I'm with you on that. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but this phone feels like it's 100 pounds. So you saying that you're doing it off of YouTube and content and video marketing, I'm with you on that. Let's just...
What you guys are doing is right there. What you guys are doing is right there. So I'm super excited that you, how you led in... one of the disclosures, if you was, you were teeing me up to answer the question, was you want the audience to leave with something actionable. So as soon as they rate this podcast a 5-star review, as soon as they subscribe, as soon as they share, as soon as they comment, I might have done this before. As soon as they do all of that, right? What's next? There's a lot of rah stuff out there. There's a lot of fluff and puff. There's a lot of, you can do it. Yeah, that's true. That's awesome. But tell me how. Right.
Exactly.
So I love that lead in. So we're going to get into the how. I'm not just going to build it up, but when it comes to what you're doing right here, it's wherever you decide to draw this attention, you're going to have that loyal following, because you're actually providing something of value. So this isn't a celebrate Jaime moment. This is exactly what happened. So from the YouTube channel, what I'm doing is just solving problems that agents have that either don't join a brokerage from a broker that gives them the time of day, either because they're miserable and they're trying to find a way to, keep the lights on, because there's a lot of overhead that brokers don't consider. They joined a team that just didn't deliver. Hey, join us. We're going to give you leads. And we all know that means just sitting in the office and doing phone time and hoping somebody calls that's unrepresented.
Yeah.
All this stuff. So what I do is I share the actual strategies that either have worked for myself directly, have worked for my agents, have worked in some capacity, that they get the exact ad copies, they get the exact mailers that I send, they get the exact everything. So one of the softwares that I mentioned earlier, what I was highlighting there, the very first video that I ever made was how to use the software that I was able to use and do some data mining around, to where I only sent 50 direct mail pieces and got 4 listings from those 50 pieces. So I shared the strategy. I shared exactly what I wrote because it was handwritten, and I shared I showed the receipts. There's a lot of people that are not going to show the receipts out there because they don't have receipts to show.
It's just not true.
It's just not true. It's just not true. So when it comes to the entire, everyone throws around value all of the time, but it's fake value. It's value that's just not real. If you can actually solve somebody's problem without asking for anything in return, there's that attraction. Yeah. There's that proximity. So the reason that people join me is not necessarily because I'm smarter, better, or whatever. It's just because they want that proximity of, hey, you are giving all of this away for absolutely free. I have 800 videos on my YouTube channel at this point, which I started in August of 2019. 18, I'm sorry. And I share everything.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot.
It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. So it's something that, again, it's just whatever problem you're looking to solve, actually solve it. Don't tease them. And it's like, oh yeah, this is how you do Facebook ads. You open an account and then you run it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You're not solving anything.
Yeah.
So just be very specific and actually solve people to the point where they can have something of valuable, something actionable to your point. And you're going to find how many people reach out to you for either, hey, can you coach me? Hey, I want to work with you. Hey, we need to do business together. Hey, something. That conversation is going to happen whether you want to or not.
100%. We were literally just speaking off air before you jumped on about an asset manager has just actually got in touch about being on because of the podcast. I mean, as of today, I literally just looked. We've been going maybe about 2 weeks, give or take. Maybe a little bit less. Give or take 2 weeks. We've already had 1,000 people download the podcast.
Wow.
So it's a pretty hallmark moment. I was waiting all week and we missed 1,000. We're now at 1,015 when I looked about it.
You're not supposed to be checking that. You made a promise that you're not going to check it until the end of the week. You little liar.
But I was like, I checked it and I was like, oh, we must be close. So, we've got, I think in the US, we've got like nearly 20 5-star reviews. In the UK, we've got 5 or 6. In other countries, I think we've got like 30 or 40 5-star reviews. So it's great. And again, people, if you enjoy it, leave us a review. You love this. But the idea is that it's just valuable stuff. Like, we've got nothing to sell. And we've been in the game like you have. I mean, Peter's been in longer than me. I'm a couple of years going into my 3rd year in it. Peter's about 5 years. So you're about the middle between us, right? You're what, 4, give or take?
4.
Yeah, dude. But when you put that things into perspective, I feel like I haven't done shit. And I say it so humbly because we've watched your grow up. I mean, I think the first time I got into seeing you and speaking and the coaching was maybe like, oh my God, 6 months, 8 months ago. I think it was like literally earlier this year.
Sounds right. That was,
and in such a short time frame, you have exponentially compounded your following, subscribers, your team, and even just the significant improvement in quality of of all of your content. Like, you're really narrowing down into actionable and tangible things with no breaks. Like you literally just blow the hall doors open and you're like, come and hang out with me for the next 10, 15 minutes. And you're just spitting straight fire.
I appreciate that. That. Something that I think your audience would appreciate, something a bit more actionable, because again, that's really where my intro used to be. Hey, it's Jaime. What was it? It was, hey, it's Jaime. Welcome to my channel, where you get only actionable items for your business and whatever. It was, several hundred videos ago that I used to do that intro, but something actionable for your audience to demystify the video making process, where that's kind of where we were going to go into, was just a simple formula that makes it so tangible for anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter if you're in Hollywood, doesn't matter if you're an executive producer, doesn't matter if you are doing YouTube videos, everybody goes to the exact same formula. So if you remember the acronym BOSRED, BOSRED, that's the exact formula that I use. I have it on my Trello board, which is a project management system, where I have a brainstorm column, ideas that I'm thinking about. Hey, this would be a good video. Hey, I got this question quite a bit from my real estate team on our daily calls. Hey, I got this question from so many of my videos. That might be a good video to make. So I'm brainstorming. Then I move it over to optimize. So there I'm thinking, what does the thumbnail need to be? What does it need to look like? What can I share? Do I need to do another photo shoot? What words can I include there? And I'm also thinking about the title. So thinking about, what am I going to call this? And then lastly, the third part that I do on the optimize phase, because this is where a good amount of the videos that I brainstorm go there to die. Because if the volume isn't there, if it's not being searched for, then I don't make that video. If I can't see the thumbnail and what it's going to look like upon completion, because I understand that thumbnail and title drive the views, then I can't make that video because it's not worth my time. So when I'm optimizing, that's where a lot of the videos go to die. So I'm looking for title, thumbnail, and is there a need here? Is there demand? Then I move it over to scripting. So I don't script everything out. I just put some bullet points. All right, if I'm going to talk about direct mail marketing, what's important about direct mail marketing? Well, I need to share what direct mail marketing is, because somebody may be getting into real estate for the very first time. So they don't have any idea what direct mail marketing is. But then there's also some people that have been doing direct mail marketing for 30 years. They just want to optimize. So they want to beef it up. So I need to speak to everybody if possible. I have plenty of videos, so it's not, this video needs to solve every problem. No, but it needs to solve a specific problem. Then I go to recording. So again, this is all on my Trello board: brainstorm, optimize, script, record. Then I move over to recording. I like to at least record 3 videos in one sitting so I can get the lighting right. You kind of got the bad lighting. I wish I would have turned everything on, but I just sat here and I turned on the camera, but I want to make sure that the audio is right, the lighting is right, the set is right. So I only do that once, and I record 3 videos in one sitting. Then I move it over to editing. I don't edit myself any longer because there's just no time. So I send it over to my editors, and they start editing. But for a solo practitioner, then you start editing everything at once. That way the best way I can explain it is you can record everything that you need to record, all those 3 videos. And during your Netflix hour, you can be editing. So you don't have to run back and forth. Okay, this video is done. I've edited it. Now let me go back and record. This is not productive use of your time. Then you distribute, meaning you upload it to the platforms. Whether you do a short form video that you upload to TikTok, to Instagram, to YouTube Shorts, or you do a long form video that you upload to Instagram, for IGTV, for Facebook, for YouTube, for whatever, then you distribute. So if you just remember BOSRED, BOSRED, brainstorm, optimize, script, record, edit, and distribute, you're going to be a production making machine.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. Now, before you go, we're giving access to a private training we did where we revealed the top 3 niches to get listings today completely for free. So if you want access, you can go and download that training at eliteagentsecrets.com. We're regularly releasing new trainings, guides, and cheat sheets. So make sure to head over to eliteagentsecrets.com and sign up so you don't miss out.